Hello, science fans. Have you ever wondered how things work? Why does the sun shine? How do birds fly? Why does a ball fall down when you drop it? The answer to all these questions and so many more is science. Science is our way of exploring the world. It's a special kind of curiosity. It's about asking questions, looking for clues, and figuring out the rules of the universe. It's not just for people in white lab coats. Science is for everyone. It is the amazing tool we use to understand everything, from the tiniest atoms to the biggest galaxies far, far away. So why does science matter so much? Think of it this way. Science is like a superpower. It helps us see things that are invisible. It helps us understand the past and predict the future. Without science, we wouldn't know why we get sick or how to get better. We wouldn't understand why the seasons change. We would be stuck in the dark, guessing about everything. Science gives us knowledge, and knowledge is power. It's the power to make smart choices, to stay safe, and to build a better world for ourselves and for everyone who will come after us. It's truly incredible. Science is a process, a way of thinking. It's not just a big book of facts, it's an adventure of discovery. We start with a question, something we are curious about. Then we make a guess, which we call a hypothesis. After that, we do an experiment to test our guess. We watch what happens very carefully and collect information or data. Finally, we look at our data to see if our guess was right. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. And both outcomes are exciting because we always learn something new. This is the scientific method, and it's a fantastic way to find the truth. This way of thinking is important in every part of life. When you follow a recipe to bake a cake, you're doing a kind of experiment. When you check the weather forecast to decide what to wear, you are using scientific predictions. Science trains our brains to be logical, to look for evidence, and to solve puzzles. It teaches us to be skeptical and to ask, how do you know that? This helps us tell the difference between what is real and what is not. It's a skill that helps you every single day, whether you are doing a school project or just figuring out the best way to do your chores. Let's look around. Science is everywhere in your daily life. It's right there in your kitchen. When you boil water for pasta, you're watching a state of matter change from a liquid to a gas. That's physics. When you bake bread and the yeast makes the dough rise, that's biology and chemistry at work. The yeast is a tiny living thing that eats sugar and releases gas, making the bread light and fluffy. Even the refrigerator that keeps your food from spoiling is a marvel of science, using principles of thermodynamics to move heat from the inside to the outside. Your kitchen is a delicious science laboratory. Now look outside your window. The weather you see is all about science. Meteorologists, the scientists who study weather, use amazing tools to understand the atmosphere. They use satellites high above the Earth to see clouds forming. They use radar to track rain and storms. This helps them predict if it will be sunny, rainy, or snowy. This science helps farmers know when to plant their crops. It helps pilots fly airplanes safely. And it helps you know if you need to bring an umbrella or wear sunscreen when you go out to play. It's a powerful example of how science keeps us prepared. Think about how you talk to your friends and family. Maybe you use a phone or a computer. That's technology, and technology is science in action. Engineers and scientists use their knowledge of electricity, light, and radio waves to invent these incredible devices. Every time you send a text message, watch a video online, or play a video game, you are using decades of scientific research. These inventions connect us to people all over the world in an instant. It all started with scientists asking questions about how to send information over long distances. Science brings us closer together. Even the clothes you wear and the house you live in are thanks to science. The fabrics in your clothes might be natural, like cotton, or they might be man-made materials like polyester, which were invented by chemists in a lab. These new materials can be waterproof, stretchy, or extra warm. The building you are in was designed by architects and engineers who understand physics. They know how to make buildings strong and safe so they won't fall down in the wind or an earthquake. From the clean water that comes out of your faucet to the electricity that powers your lights, science is working hard to make your life comfortable and secure. Throughout history, many brilliant people have used science to change the world. These famous scientists are like heroes who gave us incredible gifts of knowledge. One of the most famous is Isaac Newton. He lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still super important. He was the one who figured out the laws of gravity. He explained why things fall to the ground and why the planets orbit the sun. He showed us that the same rules apply everywhere in the universe. His discoveries helped us understand motion and laid the groundwork for so much of modern physics. Then there was Marie Curie, a true pioneer. She was a brilliant scientist at a time when it was very difficult for women to be one. She did groundbreaking research on radioactivity. She discovered two new elements, polonium and radium. Her work was dangerous, but she was brave and dedicated. Her discoveries helped us understand the atom and led to new ways to treat diseases like cancer. Marie Curie won 2 Nobel Prizes in 2 different scientific fields, something no one else has ever done. She showed the world that a great mind can belong to anyone. We also have to talk about Galileo Galilei. He was an astronomer who dared to look up at the sky in a new way. He built his own telescopes and used them to study the moon, the stars, and the planets. He was the first person to see the craters on the moon, the moons of Jupiter, and the phases of Venus. His observations proved that the Earth was not the center of the universe, but that it revolved around the sun. This was a huge, world-changing idea at the time. Galileo taught us the importance of observing things for ourselves and trusting the evidence we see with our own eyes. And we can't forget Albert Einstein, whose name is now another word for genius. He completely changed our understanding of space, time, and gravity. His famous equation, E equals mc squared, is probably the most famous formula in the world. It showed that matter and energy are 2 forms of the same thing. This idea unlocked the power of the atom. Einstein's theories of relativity help us understand everything from black holes to the GPS on our phones that tells us how to get places. These scientists and countless others built upon each other's work, standing on the shoulders of giants to see further than anyone before. So, how does all this science help us today? It helps us solve some of the biggest problems facing our world. Think about our planet's health. Scientists are studying climate change to understand how our Earth is getting warmer. They are inventing new ways to create clean energy, like using the power of the sun with solar panels, or the power of the wind with giant turbines. They are also finding clever ways to reduce waste and recycle materials. Science gives us the information we need to protect our beautiful planet for future generations. It's our best hope for a sustainable future. Science also works wonders in medicine, keeping us healthy and saving lives. When a new disease appears, scientists around the world work together to understand it. They develop tests to see who is sick and create vaccines to protect us from getting sick in the first place. Doctors use scientific tools like X-rays and MRI machines to see inside our bodies without ever having to cut us open. New medicines are being created all the time to fight illnesses that were once very dangerous. Every pill, every shot, and every medical procedure is a result of years of dedicated scientific research. The food we eat is also safer and more plentiful because of science. Agricultural scientists figure out how to grow more food on less land. They develop crops that can resist diseases and survive in dry weather. This is incredibly important for making sure that everyone in the world has enough to eat. Food scientists also work to make sure our food is safe, developing ways to store it and transport it without it going bad. From the farm to your fork, science is playing a critical role in feeding the world's growing population. This is why learning science is so important for you. You are the next generation of thinkers, creators, and problem solvers. Learning science doesn't mean you have to become a professional scientist. It means you are learning how to think critically, how to ask good questions, and how to find answers based on evidence. These skills will help you in any job you choose and in every decision you make. The world is full of amazing mysteries waiting to be solved, and science is the key to unlocking them. So stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring. The future is in your hands. Consider the following. You could change the world.